Guys, it's Kristine. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about budgeting in my bullet journal. So today is payday. Hooray! I got paid today. It is June 1st, and so I am going to walk you through my budget. If you haven't seen my June monthly budget setup, I will go ahead and link that up above. It basically breaks down what I'm expecting to be budgeting for the month of June. I do normally budget paycheck to paycheck, but I use the monthly budget as a guide as to how much I should be setting aside for my bills throughout the month. So anyway, if you are interested in seeing what I'm talking about, keep watching. Okay, so I'm expecting a Bank of America reward, but I'm not going to pen that in just yet. I'm going to wait to see how much it is when it comes in and decide what to do with it. So today I did get paid $2,221.97. Again, if you're new to my channel, I like to pencil my numbers in first and then write over them with a pen. Sometimes I make changes, sometimes I don't. And when all is said and done at the end, off camera, I will erase the pencil once the ink is dry. If it bothers you, believe me, it bothers me too. I'd rather have the guide there than having to scramble around for what my numbers are. Anyhow, so my G1 checking had a balance today before I got my paycheck of $16.02. My rent, etc. Account is $7.91. It's very low. That's mainly because I did not add too much to it last time. My T-Mobile variable account, that is my checking account that I use to hold my money for my variable expenses, and that's got $1,683.01. It's got a lot of money in there right now because I haven't paid my Bank of America credit card yet. So yeah, there hasn't been a lot of movement in that account as far as paying stuff off. So that's where it was. So T-Mobile syncing, this is it's technically a savings account, and that's where I put my sinking funds money in. And yeah, so we'll go over that in a little bit. And then my Santa Saver, it's got $375.06. And then my emergency fund currently has $1,400.06. My Roth IRA currently has, as far as money contributed in 2022, it's got $1,500. The actual value, I don't track that on here. That is on my Charles Schwab app. So in total, I have $5,602.61. All right. So then I'll go over my bills here. And so for AD&D, I've got $30. So for AD&D, I am allotting $30. That's due on June 4th. My T-Mobile bill will be a little bit under $150, and that's due on June 7th. iCloud is $9.99, but I'm allotting $10, and that's due on June 8th. Delta Care is dental insurance. That's due on June 13th. It's less than 32. I just like to round the numbers up. And then whatever change is left stays in that account. There's not a lot of buffer at the moment, but yeah. The vision insurance is $50. And so my total bills for the month is $272. However, I did take my bills here and I figured it out for June and July. The ones that fall with these 3 paychecks anyhow. And then, so the bills that go with the bills that will fall under these 3 paychecks. And then I went ahead and added that up, got $977, and then divided that by 3. And so I got 326. And so that is how much I am putting. And I wrote down the wrong number. Oh, okay, so I totally, it's totally backwards. Okay, so the same thing with rent, etc. So I've got the July rent, because June is already paid, and then I've got PG&E for June and July, water for June, and then I added that up and divided it by 3, and I got 383. So that's 383 up here. So even though only 170 is due for PG&E this paycheck, I'm going to put aside 326. I've gone and stuffed this up, haven't I? Okay. Even though I only owe $272 in bills this paycheck, the rest of it will sit there and it'll help me in my following 2 paychecks for the rest of June. Same thing with the rent, etc. account. Even though only the PG&E is due this paycheck, I'm setting aside $326, and whatever is left over will sit there and it'll help me build up eventually for the July rent. And then, so that's how that works. And now we move down to my variable expenses. Okay, so if you remember, or if you watched my video closing out my account and doing my last check-in, you'll know that I went negative in 5 categories. So normally I would scramble and like shuffle things around. There's not much to shuffle around here. I am in total in the negative for $186.74. Now, I'm not negative in my T-Mobile account per se, but I do owe my credit card a lot of this money. So here's what I'm going to do. Instead of scrambling around and trying to fill the holes with my existing money, I'm going to go ahead and use this budget to fill those gaps for me. So for gas and car, I had 40 cents left. And then I am going to add 150. So if I could just grab my notebook here. And I'm going to go ahead and fill this in too. Okay, so for gas and car, I start out with 40 cents and then I'm adding 150. The reason why I'm adding so much money is because in my budget, I'm allocating $70 for my work gas, basically, and then $80 will be saved up there for when I take my trip in July. And I am driving down to Southern California and driving back home. So I'm anticipating that it's going to cost a lot of money. It cost me a lot of money this past weekend, and I know the gas prices just keep going up. So that's that. And I've lost this. Okay, so 150, 40. So that's what I'm going to be starting with. Okay, so for groceries, I was negative 34.55. And then in my budget, I'm allocating $150. $115.45. I think it's going to be tight, but you know, we can make it work. All right, this is where it's going to be a little bit difficult. So for household, there's $105.52 in the negative, and I'm adding only $150 to that. And I say only, but that is, I mean, $150 is a lot of money, but I'm in the hole quite a bit. So 150, and that leaves me with 44.48. This is going to be a bit of a problem because I told my daughter that I was going to buy her a Keurig, and the Keurig right now is on sale, I think for $99 at Costco. Of course, Costco. So I'm going to have to see what I'm going to do about that, whether I'm going to hold out until the fall to get her one, or if I snag the deal right now, because the sale does end June 12th. So something to think about. So for eating out, I am in the negative $59.10. And I am adding $166. That is more. That's more than I usually put, although I did put a lot when I knew I was going to go out. So again, this is to kind of fluff my account a little bit, or my category. Unfortunately, I am in the hole, so not much fluffing here, but it will help out. So for eating out, I have $106.90. So if I don't touch my categories that I'm planning to use when I travel, I think I'll be okay. I just didn't want to double up on like sinking funds and variable expenses. So I'll just have to keep tabs on how I'm doing with the spending. And if I need to do like a separate sinking fund to hide this money from myself, I'll do it if I have to. So for copays and meds, I have $124.16, one of the few categories that's in the positive, and I am adding $50 to this. 124.16. Even though I've already bought like my more expensive meds, I do want to keep contributing to this in case, you know, we need to go to the doctor or the dentist or whatever. We'll just have the copays ready. So for allowance, I was in the negative 6 cents. And then I'm adding my usual $60 to that. So that leaves me with $59.94. And then for fund money, okay, so this is a little bit special. So I'm negative $327.84. And this is because I bought some Major League Baseball tickets for July, and I am going to pay them off incrementally. So right now I'm budgeting only $133 to this, and I'm going to put a little asterisk. Okay, and that's to remind me that I am in the hole, if it's not already glaringly obvious. And this is wrong. So negative 327.84 plus 133. So that is negative 194.84. So this should get paid off before the month of July is over, or the month of June is over. And yeah, and I'll have a little extra. So let's see, 194.84. So if I pay 133 on my second paycheck and then 133 on my next paycheck, on my third paycheck, I should have $71.16 left over for July. If I do plan to do something. Anyway, so for travel, I've got $212.03. And I'm adding $202 to this. The reason I didn't cannibalize this budget category is because I am planning to visit my daughter more often in the fall. It's her senior year. She's got games. She's an athlete, so she's got games in the fall, and I want to be able to see her play and not worry about like not being able to afford the hotels and whatnot. So I'm helping myself a little bit here. I'm probably gonna have to buckle down in my budget in the months following, or in the months leading up to the fall. So that'll be like July and August. Oh, okay. Anyhow, so even throughout fall, I'm gonna have to buckle down on my budget to make sure that I am being, that I'm able to afford traveling to go see her play. So we will see about that. So for travel, I have $414.03. This also covers, let me go back to the 202 per paycheck. So I've got 3 paychecks. If I do 202 per paycheck, that'll be 606 for the month of June, and it'll be enough to cover my hotel stay in July. The first weekend of July or the second weekend of July, something like that. So yeah, that is why that's getting a lot of the money. So $3.74 in unbudgeted, and I'm adding $10. So for uncategorized, yes, I am budgeting my unbudgeted category. It's $13.74. So the total here, I started with 186. I'm bringing in $186.74 in the negative. I'm adding with this paycheck $1,071, and I will be so I should have 88426. Let me just do this quick math right here. And it's lopsided. Okay, 150.40 plus 115.45 plus 44.48 plus 106.90 plus 174.16 plus 59.94 minus 194.84 plus 414.03 plus 13.74, and that is $884.26. So that's what I'm going to be starting with. And I just realized you probably can't see this down here, so let me just scoot that up. Okay, so for my T-Mobile variable account, that's getting $1,071. So for beauty and self-care, I have $185.46, and I am adding $50. I don't track this in my notebook. I just kind of leave it here because these are categories that I don't often use. And car maintenance, I have $284.26. And to that I'm adding $50. And gifts and giving, this is $119. This used to be called birthdays and holidays, but I changed it to gifts and giving because I think that is more in line with what I've been using it for. So let's look at $50. Clothing is a new category. Last month I spent quite a bit out of my household fund to buy clothing items like socks and t-shirts and I think a couple hoodies for my daughter. And so I want to have a dedicated clothing account. I just don't have anything budgeted to it right now. I will budget for it going forward. Just right now, with me having been in the negative and coming into this budget, I didn't really have a lot of extra because I'm also trying to go out of town in July. So clothing is taking a back seat, but it is there. So that's $0 for that budget. And Amazon Prime already has $30 set aside for it. My account or my subscription renews in September. And so the hope is I will have enough to pay it in full. So for this, I have $619.22, and I'm adding $165. And then up here, go ahead and do that. $165. And then the rest of the things that I use my money for, I allocate, is the Santa Saver that always gets $25 each paycheck. And then emergency fund is $1.97. And I know that's sad, but hear me out. If I were to go negative in my categories and not take care of them, I would be having to pull out of my emergency fund anyway. And so emergency fund is taking a bit of a backseat yet again. But I mean, it is growing slowly but surely. We will do better. A Roth IRA always gets $250 each paycheck, and I'm trying to reach that $6,000 limit, $6,000 a year limit for my age group. And yeah, so all in all, this totals to $2,221.97. And that is can I say it? It's a zero-based budget. So every dollar has a job, even though right now my budgets have been spend heavy and not so much savings oriented. I do want to continue contributing towards my Roth IRA, and eventually I will start saving more money in my emergency fund. But my priorities are that I want to do things with my kids, especially they're growing up. They are grown up. Technically, they are grown up. But there's a lot of things we didn't get to do when they were growing up, just because of finances and stuff. So I'm, in a way, trying to make up for it now. And also, like what I've learned in the last 2 years is there are some things that I wish I hadn't put off. Like there were things that I wish I had tried, but I didn't get to do them. So I'm trying to do more things within my means, though. I don't want to go back into credit card debt, although at the moment, technically, I do owe quite a bit on my credit cards, but that will get taken care of. Yeah, that'll totally be taken care of before they even have a chance to accrue interest. So that is all that I'm worried, or that is all that I'm concerned about. Like, as long as I could pay it off, before it has a chance to accrue interest, then I'm okay. So anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for being here, you guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Please take the time, if you like this video and want to see more content like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. I am doing a 200 subscriber giveaway, so once I hit 200, I will come out with a video saying how you can enter to win that prize. So anyhow, I hope you guys have a great day, great night, wherever you are, whenever you get to see this. I'll talk to you later. Thanks again, guys. Bye.